Hey guys, how are you? Dear. Just wait for some people to come on. All right. How's everybody going? Oh, there you guys are. I thought I was talking to myself. I literally thought I was talking to myself. All right, I'm just doing a bit of housekeeping here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I don't know why people cannot understand one simple request. It's anyway. How are you guys? No readings today. I have something else I would like to discuss before we do our. And yeah, I know my head is kind of all. It's deformed. No matter what I do, it just doesn't work. Anyway, if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my phone for the comments. It's better than sitting here staring at the comments. Okay, so I'm not being rude. I'm actually reading the comments. All right. Oh dear. There shouldn't be too much noise today because it is raining, so the building next door should not be too loud. Shouldn't be. But anything and everything happens around here. Oh dear. Anyway. All right. Now, just wait for a couple more people. Okay. Lots of comments. Very good. Okay. All right. So, I hope this video finds the South American groups. We've had a lot of issues with the South American groups, especially with a certain person and who created a certain group, who then went in, once we called them out, went in and created a different group, but still under the same banner, under the same person. Now, these groups, they want you to sign a contract. Yeah, I know, my hair's just insane. This is why I wear a hat, people. It's so much easier. Whatever. Now, this group has recruited people from my groups, people that is new to medbeds, people that's old to medbeds, and they use my information and my name. Some of the groups in some of the countries have said they are directly connected with me. Bullshit. They're not. Okay? So people think they're joining these groups because they're connected to Skye Prince and Skye has information and blah, blah, blah. All right? They are in no way connected to me at all. I'm not associated with any group. I've done a couple of videos and appearances with the Humanitarians United group, simply because they're here in Australia and they're my friends. Okay? All the others using me and saying, oh, we're connected with Skye is bullshit. Okay? Now, not only do they use me to draw people in that follow me into their groups, but they get them to sign a contract. Now, I've seen this contract. Now, in these groups, there are really nice people. Okay? Really nice people. Beautiful humanitarians who wouldn't harm anyone. They really want to do the best they possibly can. But the groups themselves and what they are actually created for is not so beautiful. Some of them, like it comes under the one group, but in different countries, okay, different locations. Some of the different location groups will get you to sign a contract for 3 years, which means that even if this group is not funded by the Alliance, you're still under contract with them for 3 years, right? So you can't go off and work because you're still under contract with them and they haven't been funded. So all you can do for 3 years is sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Okay. What we, the admins, have also learned is that the person in charge is encouraging some of the admins to encourage the members of the groups to donate money and acres, land, to them for humanitarian purposes. Some people have done this, and now that person legally owns a lot of acres that people have given to him and signed over legally. What goes through people's head? Seriously. What are you thinking? You're losing your land and your money to someone who is just in it to take your land and money and profit off you. What in the bleep are you thinking? Honestly. Now, many people will say, why does the Alliance allow this? Why? Because this is called the Great Awakening. Your awakening. You learning to take responsibility for your choices, which means that in the future, you will listen to your intuition, you will do research, and you will not be caught like a fish. It is about you learning how to live and grow through the process. Sometimes, in order to proceed, you must be burned. That's why the Alliance allows the scammers, because it's part of your awakening. It's part of a very nasty process of you learning to tune in to your own intuition, learning to think for yourself. That's why the scams are allowed. Do they hurt good people? Yeah, bloody oath, they hurt really good people. Some people have lost their entire life savings because they didn't research, they didn't think. They just saw an opportunity. It sounds really cool, so I'll do it. Next time, they won't be so easy. They will, whoa, wait a second, that's not right. Now, I had a bit of a discussion with my mum about this. Is what this person doing fraud? Yes. But can he go to jail for this? Probably. However, the issue lies where people are willingly signing over their land to him, willingly giving it to him freely. It'll have to be up to the court. Either way, this person and these two groups under him that he has created definitely will not be funded by the Alliance. So if you're in these two groups and you know who I'm talking about, I would very quickly walk away, because you're not getting any projects and you're not getting a job, you're not getting anything if you're being funded by him and these groups, because him and these groups will not be funded. And I have that directly from the Alliance. There is also another group who has been very not honest with a lot of people, who is also not going to be funded. And I've seen the documentation of these groups not being funded. I can't tell you what groups they are. The people in those groups, either they already know or they will find out. But I'm not going to be the one to say which groups. Be aware Be very, very aware. Do not sign anything to anyone, for any group, for anything. This is why I was asked to join many groups. And I said, no way. I'm not going with anybody because I don't know your intentions. This is my life, my future I'm planning. That's why I went and got my own currency. That's why I don't join groups. I don't want to be part of the drama. Be careful. Be very careful. Reminds me, there is also another group which claims they already have funding, which are frowned upon and will not be funded. Yes, I've seen the documentation of it. No, unfortunately, I cannot share it. I wish I could because I'd be splashing it everywhere. No, I wouldn't be splashing it anywhere. I'm not that kind of person. But be very aware. I would be going into every detail. If you're in any group, humanitarian group, I would be researching it and looking at every single detail with a fine-tooth comb before even thinking about getting involved or going to redemption appointment or being funded by them. Very, very, very careful. Very careful. If you can, get your own currency and get away from groups that potentially, if you feel that there may be something off, you have that feeling for a reason. It's your spirit guides telling you, it's your spirit saying, get out. It's wrong. Don't ignore those feelings. This is your future. Do you really want to gamble with your future? No. Okay? Get your own currency and go sovereign. Go as an individual. Don't rely on groups to be funded to fund your dreams, because some of the groups will not be funded and you're going to be left out in the cold. Okay? I'm not saying to everyone get up and leave the groups. I'm saying research the group you're in before relying on them to fund you. Okay? Always have a backup plan, because if you don't have any currency and you are part of a group and you're expecting to be funded, if that particular group is not funded, what are you going to do? You've got nothing. All right? Research your group. And then if something doesn't feel right, you know what to do. Okay? And this is serious. All right? So in South America, if you are in one of these groups or both of these groups, you need your own currency because they're not going to be funded. All right? Now, what else did I have to tell you? Nope, that's it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now, of course, there are many, many accounts on social media pretending to be me, using my photos, using my name, using my videos, editing my videos to make it sound like I'm saying something that I'm not, and I never will. So be very aware. If you think you're talking to me, ask for a video call or a personalized video message. I will. They won't. So if they come up with all kinds of excuses, you know you're dealing with a scammer. Okay? I'll just pick up the phone and say, hey, so-and-so, it's Skye, how you going? Blah, 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 this is me, blah, 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 blah. They won't, because they can't. Okay? They can't. So there you go. All right. Oh, I'm also going to be doing a website, okay, where I'll have all my courses, my links, everything on that. It's just going to be a cheap website. I don't want to spend huge amounts of dollars because I will stop it when notifications come. Okay, so it's just going to be a real cheap, real basic, like nothing special. But I'll put the link somewhere when it's done. Alrighty. Okay. Let's go through some comments. I'm also going to be starting doing private sessions again on a Monday and a Thursday morning, and it will be very, very limited. Okay, very limited spaces. I'll put that out when I organize it. Okay. Are we close to everything? Some people say it's extremely quiet. It's very quiet. It's very, very quiet. Almost like I did hear there was a few leaks coming out of the top office where they were going to send notifications from, and they had to deal with that leak. I don't know if that was just BS to stop me from having a temper tantrum or not, but that's the latest I have. So, anyway, will we make our medbed appointment at our RV appointment? No. Your redemption appointment is literally to exchange your currency. They won't know anything about the medbeds. The redemption people won't know anything about the medbeds. When you get your redemption notification, okay, there may be part of it when you ring up and book your redemption appointment. They may say to you, do you or anyone you physically take care of need immediate medical attention? Okay, meaning bedridden, very sick, very elderly, someone you actually take care of that's going to stop you from going to your appointment, or stop yourself from going to an appointment, or something like that. Okay. If the answer is yes, then they may book your medbed appointment. If it's you that needs the immediate medical attention, they may book your medbed appointment before your redemption appointment, so you can get to your redemption appointment with a clear head ready to go. If it's someone you take care of, they may book that person's appointment immediately after your redemption appointment, so you can get going on your stuff. Okay. Now, if you're not desperate and you don't actually or actively take care of someone who is desperate, then after your redemption appointment, you will receive an email inviting you to use the medbeds. Now, this email will accompany many other emails that you need to know, okay, that has information about your redemption appointment, about the funds, about a whole bunch of other stuff. This is the only email regarding medbeds that you will receive, okay? Now, it is an invitation, okay, to use the medbeds, all right? Now, the public will not receive emails, okay? They just won't. There are no emails for medbeds except for those who receive humanitarian funding, okay? If you just go in and exchange your currencies and you don't receive humanitarian funding, then you won't get this email. You won't get this invitation, okay? The early medbed appointments are only for the humanitarians who receive humanitarian funding, and they're 8 nominated people if they wish to nominate 8 people. Okay, not everyone that goes to a redemption appointment is going to be offered medbed treatment. If it's just a currency exchange, then it's a currency exchange. It is specifically for people that is actively funding and doing projects. Okay, literally, so they can actually start their projects. They don't have to wait in queue while everyone else sits around twiddling their thumbs waiting for projects. Projects can't start because they're not well enough to do it. All right, so those receiving humanitarian funds at a redemption appointment, or through a group or through someone else, will receive an invitation to use the medbeds. Okay. Now, remember, if you are one of those people and you do have 8 people to nominate, or up to 8 people to nominate, each of those people, including you, must sign an NDA regarding the medbeds. Okay. Do not put anyone on that list that is not capable, that you know is not going to, or even may not live up to their NDA. Okay. Be very careful. Now, if you have an elderly person or someone with mental illness or brain damage or something, you can nominate them. They will go to a healing center after their medbed treatment. Okay, everything will be explained to them at the healing center when they are clear-minded. Then they'll be asked to sign the NDA while they're at the healing center. Okay, really important, guys. But all those details will be given to you um, when when it's time. So just be aware. Okay. Now remember, there will never be any money involved or exchanged for medbed treatment. Medbed treatment will be 100% free, not even a registration fee, no training fee, no nothing. Okay, no accommodation fee if you need help with transport. Um, no money exchange. It's all paid for. And this is why we're waiting for the humanitarian funds, because it's the humanitarian funds that is funding the cost of running the center and organizing your treatment and paying for the staff, paying for supplies, all of that. That's what the humanitarian funds are for, to fund it. Okay? You don't pay anything. All right? It's the humanitarian funds that funds all of it. You don't pay for food or anything. Okay? Nothing. Anyone, including what appears to be me, saying you have a registration fee is lying. They are scamming you. All right? There are no money exchanges at all for anything when it comes to medbeds, medbed treatments, healing centers, all of that. Nothing. Okay? I broke my wrist today. Wish there were medbeds. Oh, I'm sorry, Sonny. Broken bones are not fun. Trust me, I've had many. I've broken almost every bone in my body. It's not fun. Okay, so when it comes to if you're not funding a medbed center and you don't have any currency, or you just want to work in a medbed center or help out, either join your local group on Telegram, or um, there will be details released after redemption appointments, a few weeks after redemption appointments, about how to get involved. Okay, so yeah, everything, nothing can move forward with medbeds until those redemption appointment notifications arrive. Until then, nothing will happen. Okay, because they're part of Nasara Jasara and they go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. The medbeds can't go forward without the notifications for redemption appointments. All right, because that's what's funding the medbeds. Okay, so there won't be any details or training or anything until after the redemption appointment have taken place. Okay. A lot of people have asked this. I need some clarification from one of your audios. You said once ascension occurs, we will not be doing projects but develop a new earth. Could you please clarify for some people in my group? Yeah. In the 5D new earth, there are no projects, because the whole idea of a humanitarian project is identifying places and things and situations here on earth that needs fixing, that needs healing. In 5D, everything's perfect. So we just change the mindset. We go from a humanitarian project, which means helping to lift somebody up or find a home for someone or help provide food because people lack, to we're building a new society where everyone's taken care of, where everyone's abundant, where everyone's healthy. It's just a different mindset. So there's still projects in 5D, but they're not projects. They're building a whole new society. So if you're building a building for the homeless, you're building a building of opportunity. Okay? It's just the mindset. This is why we say in 5D, you don't go anywhere. It's just the change in mindset. Okay? Many will be angry when this technology gets released. Why, you ask? So many have suffered and passed. So sad that humanity is constantly being controlled in one form or another. They will. They will be very angry. Why did we have this technology while we're being killed with chemo and poisons? That's why they're going to introduce the medbeds as military created technology, not that we've had it since the 1950s. Because if people realize we've had it since the 1950s, that's when a lot of angry people, the entire planet, will be unbelievably furious. So by saying the military has been working on this technology for a while and now it's ready to roll out in the testing phase, that will keep people's anger at a minimum. They don't want people storming hospitals and pharmacies and all of that with guns, just shooting people because they're selling and giving poisons and toxins and butchering people and all of that. Okay, they don't want that. All right. Yeah, the scammers are getting more and more creative. Unfortunately, um, my admin team and I have had several dealings with this person who's created these groups, and, and people are falling for it. You know, you present something all nice and shiny, and people gravitate towards it. It's just the mind programming that people are programmed to not think. Oh, look at that, nice and shiny. I'll go and take that. Oh, sounds wonderful. Uh-huh. Sometimes it sounds too good to be true. It's because it's not true. So be careful. No, you cannot sign up to try the medbed. No, there are no lists. There's no waiting list. There's no sign up lists. No. When the medbeds are available, and they're not yet, there will be a national phone number for you to call. You call that national phone number, speak to an actual person, and they will ask you a few questions. They'll put the answers into the quantum computer. A scan date, time, and location will be set, and you'll turn up. Okay? It'll be a national phone number. All right? Not an email. The email is only for those being funded with humanitarian funds. All right? Everybody else, a national phone number. Okay? That's it. Anyone saying, "Oh yeah, help, message me and I'll put you on the list and organize your appointment." Bullshit. It's a scam. 100% scam every single time. You don't need to message me and say, "Hey, Skye, this person said I can register. Is it legit?" No, it's not. It's not legit. It's a scam. Okay? When is Tier 4B going? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. How can these people not create their own wealth? The opportunities to purchase currencies and do that are there. Instead, they choose to steal other people's wealth. No, that's not true. I come from a very poor background. Very poor. We lived from day to day, my family and I, with barely $5 in our account. We had enough each day to buy a loaf of bread and a bottle of milk for a very long time. That's it. After we paid our rent and our electricity and our phone, we had $5 a day left to feed three of us. That's it. People, unfortunately, are left with the choice of, do I feed myself, my family, my pet, or do I buy currency? You know, people are living in their cars. People are living in tents, in drains, under bridges. They don't have an address to get the currency sent to them. They just don't. Life is so tough for some people that it's fine for us to sit here and say, why can't people just get their own currency? Because they financially and physically can't. They literally can't. It's not that they're stealing off other people's wealth. It's they actually can't. And if somebody chooses to fund another because they actually do have a heart, then bless them. People aren't stealing off another. These people are desperate. This is what pains me so much. I go into groups and I look at the comments, people crying out for help, and others who have, they have a home, they have a car, they have money in their account. Don't be negative. Don't bring your negativity in here. What the fuck? These people are literally desperate, saying, please help me. Do you know how hard it is for people to ask for help, to admit that now they actually need help and then get the courage to ask? That's the hardest thing to do, is for people to ask for help. Don't shoot people down because they're not doing as well as you. Try and be more compassionate. Not just you, everybody. Be more compassionate. We got humanitarians living in drains, eating out of the local garbage bin. And these are the people that are supposed to be building the new earth. Have some compassion, please. If you don't have compassion, why are you even calling yourself a humanitarian? Okay? Think about it. I'm not going to say what groups they are, but these scammers, there's some really nice people in these groups, really good-hearted, genuine people. But the very, 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 very top tier is not. And that's who would have received funding for their groups. So the groups don't get funded. Okay? Let's see. I'm trying to find comments that is medbed because medbed is what this video is all about. When we go to our medbed appointment, will our animals, dog, horse, go to the same place? Maybe. It just depends on the place. Okay, it might be a military base where it might be like in an old hangar or specially set up place in the back corner where you may take your pet and you, or you may go to two different places. It just depends on the location and what they offer, how they're set up. You'll find that out when you book their appointments. Okay. I become addicted to Kit Kats. It's all your fault. Kit Kat has been my favorite chocolate bar since I can remember. I can down a bunch of Kit Kats without even thinking twice. All at once. It's like, yeah, that's my addiction. Let's see. I'd like to do your recorded animal communication course. Where shall I find the link, please? I have to create new links for my previous workshops and courses. When I create them, I should do them today. I've got to go out later, do a bit of business. I will put them in the community part of my YouTube channel, as well as my Facebook page and my Telegram groups. Okay, but if you go to the community, go to my YouTube channel and then click on community, there will be a post there, but it won't be till very late this afternoon, like 10 hours from now or something like that. Okay. Might be earlier, but I doubt it. When inviting anyone for the medbed prior to going to the public, if they talk while under an NDA, does this affect the person who invited them? I've been told yes, it does, but the most haven't been told how it will affect you, as you being the one who invited them. But what they do say is you will be frowned upon because you have just been given the responsibility of holding all these millions and billions and trillions of dollars. You are expected to have better judgment. Okay, your responsibility is being judged and tested. Okay, um, I personally am not adding no one to my list of 8. Okay, because I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that potential of someone just letting slip of the tongue or putting themselves in a situation where um, they could potentially talk. So I'm not adding anyone. Okay, but yes, they will frown on you and call into question your integrity, your level of responsibility and judgment, because they're just giving you hundreds of millions of dollars, trusting you. So if you nominate someone and they go blabbing, then that reflects badly on you. Okay, it shouldn't, but it will, since you're the one that nominated them. Okay. Okay. Uh, I plan on opening a healing center with money from the RV. I really want to put a med bed there. How do I do that? This is one of the emails that you'll receive after receiving your humanitarian funding. Okay, will be an application form where you'll have to fill out and send to wherever it says to send it to, and then you'll have to go to a conference. Um, you'll get all the details about that conference, and at the conference you'll get all the details what you need to have a med bed in your center, or multiple, the requirements, the room sizes, absolutely everything you need, and then you'll either get approval there or straight after, a couple of days after. Okay, so yeah, just be careful. uh, Sorry, hang on. I'll just go back. Hang on. Where are we? Yeah, you get all the details, including about training, how to train staff, what's needed and all, at that conference. Okay. There's one person in one of the groups that is again saying the beds are ready now and people need to register for them and pay a fee. They are claiming you are verifying this fact. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Okay. I'm not verifying it. I'm saying the opposite. All right. It's the opposite. They're not available yet. Not until after the redemption appointments. And people will know because it will be everywhere. The redemption appointment notifications will be everywhere. And people from the groups will drop off like flies. Okay? That's when you know. Do you need funds to help with your new website? No, I'm all good, thank you. Thank you for the offer. Let's see. My father died last Monday. He believed in the beds and held out for 4 years. This show's got to end. I'm so sorry. People are dying and animals are dying left, right, and center. And it is criminal. It's absolutely criminal to withhold medical treatment, even for a war. It is absolute criminal. What will the medbed do for my teeth? You will receive a whole new set of teeth. The medbed will get rid of the teeth you have and regrow a whole new perfect set of teeth. That is just part of a general healing. You don't even have to ask for new teeth. Okay? That's just part of a general healing. Unless you don't want new teeth, then you can say, I don't want new teeth. All right? And then they'll just cross that off. And then in your general healing, they won't touch your teeth. Okay? So, yeah. If you have implants that were put in by ETs, will the medbeds remove them? If the implants are not to your benefit, then yes. Okay? What people have to understand with implants is not all implants are by the bad guys for bad reasons. Some implants are actually really good. Okay? For example, I have an implant in my head. They've been fiddling with this one. I've got implants everywhere. They've been fiddling with this one here the last week and a half a lot. I don't know what they're doing, but doing something with it. But I have an implant in my head that allows me, or rather that enhances my telepathic communication abilities and connects me directly to the Alliance. It's like a little microphone. And a lot of people will say, no, it's V2K. No, it's actually an implant. Okay? I'll say, it's a voice to skull. No, I actually have an implant which connects me directly to humans in the Alliance. Okay? Of course, I just lost my place. Ugh. My fat little fingers doing stupid shit. Don't tell me where to start. Anyway, yeah, I'd lost where I was and I can't get back. So, yeah. I don't even know what. Oh, yeah. So some implants are actually beneficial and they will be left. Okay. Aren't they foreign to the body? Yes, they are. But some of them are actually biological, and when they put them in, this implant, this biological tissue actually grows into your tissue, so it becomes part of you. And it sounds really creepy, but a lot of people have these implants, and they are keeping people alive. They're not just implants aren't just to track people and to put images into their minds and to send them crazy. Some of them are really beneficial. Okay, not all ETs that do stuff and things to humans are bad. Some of the things they do to us is actually saving our life. A lot of people have their heart stopped during the night, or they stop breathing. These implants kickstart the heart and keep going. Some people have had terminal illnesses and DNA, I don't even know what you call it, anomalies healed and cured, and you don't even know you're sick. You don't know anything's wrong with you. And these ETs have actually come and cured you. So there is nothing wrong with you now, but you would have had major, major problems, possibly even died if it wasn't for the implants and the ET intervention. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to start at the bottom and go backwards because I lost my place. I plan on changing my hair color. It will change color when it removes the grays. Oh. I have back problems and it bothers my legs. Okay. Crazy question, but if you have a scar that you like, can you keep it? Yes, along with tattoos. You can keep your scars, you can keep your tattoos. Just tell them when you have your scan. After going through the medbed, will your hair and nails still grow? Yes. You'll still be normal. They're not going to change you into a robot. If I'm 60, can the medbed make me younger? Like how many years? So a general healing, if you're 60, you will look like a very healthy 30 to 35-year-old. And your body will be a healthy 30 to 35-year-old. So you'll look like you were at 30, 35, just extremely healthy. Okay? I have curly hair. Will medbed give me straight if I choose? It can, but go buy a straightener. Look, it's a very fine line with asking things for the in the med. It's a very fine line for asking things to be done in the medbed. Right, I'll give you an example. Okay. I want to have a singing voice. I love to sing. It makes me happy. Okay, especially when I'm picking up horse manure in the yards and the stables and things like that. I just put on my earphones and I just sing. Okay. I don't like to sing loud because people will hear me and I know my voice sucks in a big way. So I was talking to Archangel Sandalphon and he said, what are you going to ask for in the medbeds? And I said, well, I want long hair. I want to change my hair color. You know, I want to go back to my body as it was 17, 18 years old, what it looked like, because I had the body of a model when I was riding 20-something horses a day. I said, I want my old body back. And he said, anything else? I said, yeah, I'd love to have French, okay, the language French, because I want to go on a castle tour in France. And he said, okay, anything else? I said, yeah, I want a singing voice. And he said, why? I said, because I love to sing. And he said, are you going on stage? I said, no. Are you going to record an album? I said, no. Then why change your voice? I said, so I sound better. He said, to who? Your singing comes from your heart. What does it matter what you sound like? You're singing because you love it, not to listen to it. So we need to be really thinking about why we want something. Is it for our job? In that case, yes, it's needed. He also said, well, why do you want French downloaded when you can go to France and enjoy the learning process? Isn't part of going on a holiday and a tour of embracing the culture? Why just have it downloaded when you can embrace it and learn it? Isn't that part of the fun? Is part of the adventure? Is actually the learning part? And I said, yeah, it is. He says, are you going to work in France? I said, I don't know. I'd love to move to France. And he said, it's all part of the process. Enjoy learning rather than just having it downloaded. I said, yeah, true. Very true. So he is correct. So, you know, if you've got curly hair and you want straight, get a hair straightener. All right, just get a hair straightener. Enjoy learning how to straighten your hair. Enjoy spending time creating a style that you prefer. Very simple. Okay. My wife had a stroke. Will she need physical therapy for her recovery to be back to normal? That depends on her level of stroke, okay, and how she responds to the medbed, mentally, how she responds. I can't answer that because every single person is different. Okay. Will we look younger after our first treatment due to our bodies functioning so well? Yes. Will the general public be too skeptical to sign up for medbeds? Probably. How do I know the notifications and email is reliable and correct? Join the club. This is where discernment, intuition, research comes in. Okay? We're all going to be in the same boat. Will you need to get counselling before you are allowed to use the medbed if you are very overweight or on drugs? Most likely, yes. I'm in Omega and I don't have a project. Would I be in the first group? If you're not actively doing projects, then no. You would go after the people that are actively doing projects. Realistically, how long until this tech becomes available to common people? Don't want to be negative, but seems like more new age type promises that never come. Can't tell you that. Notifications for redemption appointments must happen first. Then I've been told they'll be a few weeks after those notifications, okay? That will be released to the public a few weeks after the notifications of redemption appointments. How long until redemption appointments? Everybody keeps saying, it's today, it's today, it's today, but today never happens. It's just more bullshit excuses, okay? We don't know. Nobody knows the timing, all right? So doing projects, we'll get email for medbed. No project, there'll be an 800 number to call for medbed. Correct. So if you receive humanitarian funding at a redemption appointment, but you don't want to do a project, you want to fund or donate to a project, then you'll be able to organise your medbed appointment after the people who are doing projects and before the public. Okay. Aren't people going to be able to see that you've been in the medbed? Maybe. Depends what you've had done. Totally depends on what you've had done. You know, are you a quadriplegic now all of a sudden can walk? Yeah, you don't go back to work for a while. You'd probably be in a healing center for that anyway. Have you had a liver tumor or a gallbladder regrown or removed? No one's going to tell the difference. You can go back to work the next day. Go home, no one knows anything. It just depends on what you've had done. Okay. Okay, so everybody qualifies for a general healing. I should have brought my hat. The clouds are clearing. Everybody qualifies for a general healing. Now, if you are somebody who is very nasty, very negative, very overweight, addicted to drugs, suicidal, all kinds of very low, not healthy things, then you qualify for a medbed. However, you will be asked to do some kind of program depending on what you have, whether it be counseling or prehabilitation. So not rehabilitation, but prehabilitation of some sort, like go on a drug rehab program to get off drugs. If you're a pack-a-day smoker, then you'll need to at least reduce, by 3/4 before getting into the medbed. What they want is everyone qualifies for the medbed, but what they want is for you to be on, making the changes in your life, getting a healthy diet, exercising, eating healthy stuff, as healthy as you possibly can, thinking in a more positive way before getting into the medbed. Because their whole thing is, if you're addicted to drugs or alcohol, fast food, you don't exercise, you just sit there playing video games all day and eat fast food and junk, you're going to go straight back up to the medbed and do exactly the same. So why have the medbed in the first place? Why not give it to somebody who is actually trying to get healthy, who's trying to make an effort to take care of themselves? They're not going to give everybody a medbed just so they can continue their really bad life. Okay, so this is where people will be asked to, go and do some kind of counseling or stay at a healing center for a couple of weeks while they have some, exercise program and consciousness program, counseling kind of stuff before getting in the medbed. They want you in that healthy mindset moving forward rather than just going straight back to the nearest corner to buy you your crack cocaine, okay, and then just doing the same thing that you're doing. All right, so if you're, for example, my brother living here and working here is very negative. He's very judgmental, very angry all the time. He is going to wait before he books his medbed appointment for a couple of weeks to a month. even to 2 to 3 months, because he wants to be in a good frame of mind where he's happy with a higher vibration so that he can get everything that he really wants in the medbed rather than having to go through a program. He wants to work on himself, which unfortunately he doesn't want to do here because he hates his place so much. And I understand why. I really do. When I drove in yesterday, there was police and ambulance everywhere, no managers here, and just my brother having to deal with all of it. I understand why he hates it. But he doesn't want to book his appointment where he knows he's going to have to go and do counselling or something to get himself in a better frame of mind. So, it's, you need to be thinking forward, not backwards. Okay, if you're thinking backwards now and the med beds are released in a couple of weeks or notifications come today, you're going to be doing some kind of program. That, whether you're a humanitarian or not, makes no difference. Okay, you will be doing some kind of program. If you're drinking lots of alcohol, if you're smoking a lot of cigarettes, if you're doing drugs, if you're really obese, and there's really no reason, just because you're lazy or you can't be bothered, you will be doing a program before you get in the med bed, whether you've got a project to do or not. Okay? So humanitarians are not, they still have to abide by what it is. All right? So the higher your vibrational frequency, the higher the level of your consciousness, the more things you can have done in the med bed. Okay? Meaning everyone qualifies for a general healing with no extras. If you want to change your hair, you need a slightly higher vibration than what is the general healing. If you want to change your eye color, if you want all these languages downloaded, if you anything else you can think of to change your body and downloads, you need the higher vibration. So the more you want, the higher the vibration. If you want to be age regressed, you need to be 5D, full 5D, with a good support network, because it is a major shock to the mind and to your social and family circle. Okay, so it really is, the more you want changed and done, the higher the vibration and the higher level of consciousness you need. Okay. Yes, the med beds will, anyone who's had the, over the last few years, along with any of the other since birth, the med beds will remove all those toxins and poisons, heal the damage, and restore your DNA to its original perfection. Okay? So don't believe the BS when people say, oh, the med beds can't heal those who's been... Yeah, they can. All right, go back to the bottom. I lost where I am. Now, training for the med beds, okay? Everybody who is trained to use the med beds will also be trained to use the animal healing chambers and vice versa. Whether you want to work with animals or not, if you're being trained to use the med beds, you will be trained to use the animal healing chambers. And if you only want to work with animals, then you will be trained to use the med beds. Okay, the training is the same for everybody. Okay, there's not different courses for animals and people. It's the one. Alrighty, and the amount of time you spend training will depend on your knowledge, your previous knowledge and experience. Look, for example, if you are a professor of surgery or a trauma surgeon or, radiologist, something like that, your training might be one weekend, literally. You must have both the consciousness, the spiritual, and the medical. in order to work as a medbed operator. So if you are, I'll use my shoulder surgeon as an example. He's very conscious, quite spiritual. He knows his stuff, and he's a professor of orthopedic surgery. Sorry, I got an eyelash in my eye. It's annoying. So he's training to use the med beds. Might be 3 days. That's it. That's it. 1 day on the quantum computer side, 1 day on the med beds, and 1 day on the animals. That's it. Qualified, done. You might have a intensive care nurse. Their training might be 6 weeks. It all depends on your experience, your knowledge, both the spiritual, the consciousness, and the medical. If you have someone who knows nothing about spirit, nothing about medicine, their training might be 6 years. Okay? It depends how fast you learn. It's that simple. Okay? Let's see. If you're only living by yourself, living in solitary confinement, no support, what then? Well, no one's in solitary confinement. That is a choice, unless you're in jail. That's when the social workers will be assigned to you to help you. Okay? Let's see. In numerology, if you have the number 9 in your chart, then you're a natural humanitarian. If you have the number 8 in your chart, then you're meant for money. This is just my opinion. BS. I know a few people that are number 9, and they are very hateful, nasty people. So no, it doesn't work for everyone. Okay. Will those who committed crimes against humanity, like pedophiles, be able to use a medbed? No. Now, the medbeds do not work on people who have sold their soul, meaning who will do horrible things to others in return for power and fame. They sold their soul. No. Doesn't work on that low vibration. Okay. Okay, if I age regress back to menstrual days, can I do it and not have a period? Yes. So for women, you can, when you go in the medbed, whether you age regress or just a general healing, you can tell them to switch it off. Switch off your cycle until if you become ready to have a child. And then you go back in the medbed and the medbed can switch it back on. Okay, so then you can actually get pregnant. No need for pills, no need for nasty substances or little rubber things that break. And no need for that horrible monthly cycle. Okay? Yep, just tell them I don't want it. And they'll turn it off. It's like a tap. Off, on, off, on. Okay? It really is that simple. All right, in the SSP, we do that quite often because when you're flying around in, up there, it's not very handy for women to go through that time of month because space is limited, rubbish disposal is, well, it used to be really bad. Now we have the really good stuff, but it's not helpful for women to go through that cycle while they're up there. Yeah, you can do that. Oh, that wind is cold. Far out. Is the med bed only one use, or do you have to use it regularly? Look, for optimal health, you can use it once every 10, 15, 20 years. This is why they want you to take care of yourself, because the med beds are not here to keep you healthy. The med beds are here to assist you in your health, not to make you healthy. Okay, so remember, it's all about consciousness. All right, so get onto a healthy plan, a healthy lifestyle, exercise. Don't drink too much alcohol. Try not to smoke. Don't do drugs. Exercise. Healthy mind, healthy thoughts. Um, and then you'll only need a med bed once every 15, 20 years. Because, you know, yeah, little cookie scratching at the window. I think part of a flower from the tree blew past on the floor, and that's what she was. Yeah, she likes to chase things. Everything, actually. She does. So, yeah. Will I lose my faith in God? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Will having medbed treatment be against God's word? Okay, I get this question a lot, and I've answered it so many times, but I'll keep on answering it because new people are coming in all the time. God is a creator, right? So everything that exists has been created by God. If it wasn't created by God, it wouldn't exist. So he's not going to create something that's against his will. So why would using the technology to heal yourself, to live, have the opportunity to live in your optimal health, your optimal life, be against his will? That doesn't make sense. So no, it's not against his will. Have the medbed treatment and go for it. Enjoy it. Okay? Enjoy it. Now there is this made me laugh this morning. It really did. It really made me laugh. Oops. Wrong group. Hang on. Let me find the group. There it is. Okay. This comes from Real Raw News on Twitter, I think. X, whatever it's called now. When medbeds are unveiled next year, don't lay in them, for they are really deathbeds made by the deep state and will kill anyone who visit medbed clinics. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but this is the biggest load of cow shit you could ever come up with. This is a perfect example of the deep state misinformation. They know medbeds are coming and nothing can stop them. So now they're trying to scare people to not use them. Why? Because your sickness keeps them in business, keeps paying for all their control over you. Okay? It's just bullshit. The medbeds are here to heal. And if you think that the medbeds are going to suck your soul or kill you or maim you, then you're on the 3D timeline and the medbeds aren't for you, which is why you're afraid of them, which is why you have those feelings. Because you're on a timeline where the deep state is still in charge. Means you're not in the timeline where the medbeds will be, so you will never experience them. Because you're not in the reality of them. That's why you're afraid of them. That's why you won't see them. Okay? So Real Raw News, most likely, will never ever see a medbed. Because if you're that afraid of them and you think that that's what they're going to do, then you're creating that reality for yourself, meaning the medbeds will never materialize in your existence, in your reality. Or they will, but it will be on the lower timeline where the deep state is still in charge and will kill you. Lift up your vibrations. Go more into your heart. Stop falling for this bullshit. It is ridiculous. Unbelievably ridiculous. Okay? Don't fall for the rubbish. These people are just putting fear into you to keep those who want to be in power in power. Okay. And a good to the jaw will make them see sense. The internet has done one thing, and that's remove people's fear of being punched in the face for being idiots. Okay. If I'm in 4D, can I have age regression? No. 5D is the minimum for age regression. Okay. Do children need to sign NDAs? No, but their parents do. Okay. Where can I learn to meditate and raise my vibration, please? Have a look at Bashar on YouTube. Plenty of YouTube videos. Also on Facebook. BASHAR, channeled by Daryl Anker. That's one of the people I follow. And if you want to change your mindset, look at Ant Middleton. He's one of my mentors. Okay, Ant Middleton, ex-Special Forces. He is the master in mindset. Okay. Once you... How do I find a place to go and find out about medbeds? You can't. They're not available yet. All the centres, they're staffed on a skeleton crew, but they're not available. Join your local group on Telegram. Telegram is where everything's happening. Just be careful, okay? Because Telegram's where scams are happening too. A lot of them. All right. Are we going to see some ETs near medbeds? If you're ready to see them, maybe. Maybe, if you're ready. They're not just going to say, hey, I'm an ET. Okay. I really haven't heard much on weight issues. I know it can be released, but what if someone has about 150 pounds to downsize? Yes, I've been doing what I can on my own. So basically, the medbeds will assist in the weight reduction gradually. You're not going to go from, say, 200 pounds down to 120. Okay. I don't know what pounds are. I got to talk in. I got to talk in kilograms. You're not going to go from 150 kilograms down to 60 kilograms. Okay. You will go from 150. You will be put into a program of exercise, diet, counseling. Okay. So those three. Maybe even at a healing center, you'll have a period of time, like a few weeks or something, where you'll stay at the healing center and it will be a constant thing. Then you'll jump into a medbed and they might take 20 to 30 kilos off. Then you'll go back to the healing center and do more weight loss counseling and exercise with those people. And then you'll go back into a medbed to finish it off. It'll be done in sections, okay? But it will be a team effort, all right? You're not just going to get in a medbed at 150 kilos and come out at 60, all right? It's going to be a team effort, and they will help you in more ways than you could imagine, okay? Let's see. I was trained in numerology by Saint Germain, so it's not bullshit. Oh, that's just my opinion. And I've met quite a few people that has the life number of 9, and they're very nasty, very narcissistic, horrible people. They are not humanitarians. So it doesn't apply to everybody. Okay, just like your star sign. Now, I'm an Aquarian. It doesn't always apply to me. Okay, so these things are very individual. Okay, you might have been trained by one of the best, but it doesn't apply to every single person. Okay, You can't put people in a box like that and expect it all to fit each person. It just doesn't work. Some people it does, just not for everyone. Where's the link to your website? I haven't created it yet. Give me time. I'm going to create it. Okay? I'm going to create it. Okay, I'll do 2 more and then I have to go. I got a lot to do today. My guides asked me to do this 3 days ago, but I just didn't have time. If you're one of the 8 selected by the person who is going to do the project, do you happen to know how we will be notified? No, I don't. I don't know. I believe that the person nominating you will give your contact details to the Alliance and they will somehow contact you. How that will happen, I don't know. Do you have any idea when the replicators will be available? I've been told that those receiving humanitarian funds will be able to pick up a food replicator and a Q phone and Q laptop at their medbed appointment. Not the redemption appointment, but at their medbed appointment. That's what I've been told, where all the stock is going to be delivered, or has been delivered to the medbed centres. If that's not true, that's just what I've been told. If that's not true, then you will be able to organise with the Alliance where to pick it up. Okay. When the replicator is going to be released to the public, I have no clue. Okay, no clue at all. So, wouldn't have a clue. All right, I'll do one more. Let's see. Let me see if I can find one we haven't talked about before. Okay. I can't find one which we haven't discussed before, but all right, I'll leave it there because I've pretty much answered all these questions. Anyway, yeah, underweight people, the med beds will help. Okay, it'll make them healthy in a healthy weight. Just like overweight people, it will also help. Okay, so yeah. Okay, most of these questions are literally the basics, the absolute basics. On my website that I'm going to do, now once notifications come, that website will be removed. Okay, but the website I'm going to do will be called Skye Prince. Okay, literally just Skye Prince, basic. It will have my courses, it will have my videos, It'll have med beds will be free when available. And it will also, have all that stuff. It'll have like a Q&A. Go through the Q&A, okay, people. Most people that's asking questions today is things that we've talked about for nearly, I don't know, what is it now, 4 years or something. It's basic, okay, and I answer them 1,000 times. Go through my YouTube channel, click on MedBeds Part 1. It's an old video, but it's still very, very, very relevant. Okay, very relevant. So click on that and watch it, okay? Watch anything to do with MedBeds. It's all there, okay? This is what I mean. People need to take responsibility and research, okay? Research everything. If you have access to the internet, like you do right now, then you have the ability to research, all right? So, yeah, research, okay? But also, you already know all of this information. You literally know it all. There's nothing you don't know. You just have to tune in and think with your heart. Will the med beds grow back my teeth? Well, I don't know. Maybe because they heal you perfectly, the answer would be yes. A little bit of common sense as well. All right, common sense, research, and tuning into your own intuition and discernment goes a long way. All right, nobody needs me to tell them this. Okay, everybody already has it. So start using it. Okay, start using what God has given you. All right. All right, everybody, take care and have a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, bye.